No,
what do you have against somebody who's committed to something?
I would tell
will see
Dame,
it through?
if you were around in the 80s or 90s, we would love you. But look around, Dame. There's no loyalty. Guys are leaving in a millisecond. Harden's done it for 500 times. We want to see you on the biggest stage because you are blockbuster. I told Bonte this morning, I will not forget the wave that you did when you sent Westbrook and PG-13 home, when you sent OKC home. We want to see you in the playoffs. But damn, Steiny, what is he doing? Get to a winner, man. Get to South Beach.
Why?
You control it. Just say, okay, I'll go.
Well, he already said he doesn't contle it. He said, I want to go to South Beach. Is he there yet?
Okay, give us another one if you can't get to Miami.
You know, this is.
Does he want to win? That's what it doesn't sound like. His rap album is great. His new one, Steiny, it's incredible. But why are you so content with your season being over at the All-Star break, Dame? Because that's what it's I get what you're saying. You're pure. But, Dame, you're rotting away because come June or April, the playoffs, you're going home. And maybe you like that. But come on, Dame, say it's time. Get me to a winner or at least a playoff team.
You ought to be ashamed.
I'm not by myself.
You ought to be ashamed.
For what? What's the infraction that I should be ashamed of?
Go ahead and ring chase. You know, if it's a guy you don't like, then ring chasing, you'll rip him. Oh. But if it's a guy you like, then he can ring chase. Who can ring chase? Who can and who can't?
Anybody. Okay. This is the era. No. I've never ripped anybody for doing that. The Chris Paul thing, I just thought
you can't criticize a guy who is saying to the entire world, I don't want to take the easy way out. I want to stick it out here and see if I can see something through that I began 12 years ago. Okay. I want to do it here. I don't want to do it with 5 guys who have already done it. To me, there's nobility in that. And I could never criticize that, ever.
Okay. And you said it well, but what about the circus that has been Portland this offseason and even before, Steiny? Is Dame going to get traded? Okay, forget the Warriors. That's a circus. That's not bad for business. And from a personal standpoint, I'm being selfish. I want to see Dame play playoff basketball because it's incredible. He's incredible. So forget the Warriors for one instance. You can admit, Steiny, this has been a circus.
No, it hasn't.
And he's staying put, it looks like. That's what I don't like. Like, Dame,
so you like these guys who just say, get me out of here, trade me, trade me?
Steiny, I do.
Okay. Well, that's what's wrong with the NBA. That's why Harden's messing the NBA up.
But don't you think the NBA as a whole is losing when Dame Dollar is not playing playoff basketball?
He's not the only superstar.
I understand that, but he's still in his prime, Steiny.
And quits he's been in the playoffs 8 years. So
give me the last one.
2021.
Oh my God. That might have been the bubble.
Well, the point is he makes the playoffs far more than he doesn't.
Well, I just don't understand. Running out on his career.
So you want him to give up?
I get the Warrior thing. I get that one. But dang, give me the Clippers.
Why?
They ain't won diddly squat. And Miami they haven't won. They've been close. I just want you to want out of there, Dame.
I think he does, though.
He wants what?
He wants to go to Miami, but Miami's probably asking for too much.
What if
he's not asking to go anywhere?
I got you, Evan. What if I asked you real quick? Let me just respond to Evan.
Who do you want to leave Boston, Tatum or Brown?
I don't.
Why? They haven't gotten it done in 6 years.
I don't know why any one of them would want to leave. They got action.
They do?
Yeah, I believe Boston still has action.
Well, okay. What about Embiid? Should he leave? Should he ask to be traded?
There's a circus going on right now. So if he wanted to get out of town, I get it.
What about Trae Young?
I told you I'm a Trae Young fan.
So he could.
I don't think he's blaming his organization though. Like Evan, to your point with Miami, I would just say if it's so bad, Dame, and the desire is there to get out, Evan, couldn't you add maybe a couple more teams to that list outside of Miami?
Well, and I think there was a Mark Spears report about other teams inquiring, but if you're Damian Lillard and you want to go to a certain place, I I don't think he wants to give in to this whatever the new GM wants to do with him, and so he wants to go to a certain place.
Listen,
and I'm team. Yeah, go ahead. Because KD's been to 5 teams. It feels like.
Listen, if Damian Lillard wants the ring chase, go ahead and ring chase, and criticize it or not criticize it. I don't care. But how can you criticize someone who doesn't want to skip town?
Well, yeah.
Come on.
I hope I know he's being. I just like, damn, I'm being selfish. I want to see him on the big stage. And Steiny, when did we start throwing that term around? I know we'll get off this and back to the Niners ring chase. Because Barkley did it. He just won't admit that he did it. Is it the worst thing in the world? Now, I do get the Dame Warrior comp. They've been to the mountaintop 4 times. What I look like coming. But let me tell you, Dame, if you went to the Clippers and they got their first one, you'd be a god.
He's smart enough to know that if he comes to the Warriors and wins a title, it will be meaningless.
I get that. So take Warriors off the table.
Just like Durant's championships to him are virtually meaningless. We can't get in these guys' heads, but I mean, Kevin Durant is still unfulfilled, even though he's won a title, because he wasn't an original.
But there's a lot of smoke he cleared out that people came his way before the chips, Donnie. Now he's got those 2 chips. People can't say nothing. Well, they do say you took the easy way out.
Of course they can. Why do you think he's unfulfilled? He's unfulfilled because he knows everybody knows. He joined the Warriors.
Wow, man.
I mean,
but he shouldn't give in to that.
Yes, he should in a way. Because he did join the Warriors.
And he still balled out.
That's great. He joined the Warriors. He ain't going to beat Curry because he joined the Warriors.
No, that I get.
And, these guys are so... Damian Lillard knows. That title will be meaningless.
In Golden State.
Join the Warriors.
But in Miami, it wouldn't.
Have some self-respect.
But I thought they were done.
Who?
The Warriors.
They are.
So if he won a ring, why would it be ring chasing if they're done?
No, that's a man.
I didn't say it was ring chasing.
Well, you just did.
But yeah, you did. You said
I said Barkley.
Oh no, we're talking about Dame with this edition of the Warriors.
I don't believe Dame's ring chasing. I believe he basically said, I want to be here for my whole career, but now it's gotten to the point after 12 years where it's not going to happen here, so now move me.
And he's earned that.
But to me, he wouldn't he has no interest joining the Warriors.
And I get that. I'm telling you, I understand that.
But would Paul George wouldn't have any interest. Kawhi Leonard wouldn't have any interest. I can't speak for them. But Siakam.
Okay.
Why would Siakam want to come here?
And that's why the Warriors weren't on his list. It was Miami. But I'm just saying, Dame, outside of Golden State and your home team and the Curry thing, I get you. But, Dan, can we get a couple other teams maybe on that list to facilitate something to get you to maybe Clipperland?
I guess
but where you're at.
I guess here's what makes me fume. It's okay for Damian Lillard to be loyal and then say I want to go somewhere else. And you're like, that's cool. That's cool. Let me know how it goes if Curry does that. Let me know how it goes if Draymond Green gets hurt, the Warriors stink faster than we think, and all of a sudden Steph Curry's like, I got no action here.
He's got 4 titles to rest on, Steiny, so I think that would never happen.
Oh, so he'd be. So you're saying right now Steph would be willing to look toward the end of his career and basically say, I'm okay with not winning anymore. I'll bet you he's not.
And you might be right. I can't read his mind, but that will not. As long as he's playing and lacing them up in a Warrior uniform, they'll always have remotely some form of action. They'll never just be, we got no chance.
Well, they have had no chance when he's been on the roster before.
Yeah. And he put, what year was that? Memphis beat him in the play-in.
And then the 15-win year.
Yeah.
He was on the roster.
And then 2022, one of the most shocking titles we've seen.
Whose?
The Warriors.
2022
I'm just saying.
Okay, that's 1.
Well, no, but it equals 5 because we.
No,
thought
it doesn't equal 5. What does that mean?
I thought they were done winning chips, especially after losing to Memphis the year before.
You didn't. That's not true. Goo, I was the guy who said the Warriors couldn't win it 2 years ago. Like, you weren't saying they couldn't win it 2 years ago. It was a possibility.
I'm the cheerleader. I'm always say we're watching and hope. But that title, come on, nobody expected that.
You're right. Nobody did expect it.
And what if they get another one?
They won't.
Well, are we betting?
I'd love to bet.
But then that puts you in a bad.
I'm done being in a bad spot.
Okay.
I'm sick of
Well,
Kate.
bet $100.
You know what? I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be.
100.
Matt Steinmetz will not be to Warrior fans as Daryl the Guru is to 49er fans.
Now break that down.
I'm not pandering. I got to tell it like it is.
And that's what I do.
I'm not just going to say
the
the 49ers are the greatest team of the decade because you don't want
so
Cowboy
you don't look
fans
me in the face and say I didn't come in here and say Kyle should be fired. I'll wait.
But you.
No, I asked you a question. Yes or no? Did those words come out my mouth?
But what does that mean?
Can I hear my partner say yes or no?
Put your glasses down.